In the scorching Singapore heat, Arsenal survived the Newcastle scare to clinch a dramatic 3-2 win, and this was powered by a sensational run from the 15-year-old Max Dowman and a composed penalty from Martin Ødegaard. Here's the match recap. Welcome back to All About Arsenal. Today I'm just going to have a quick recap of the Newcastle versus Arsenal match that took place in Singapore. This is actually Arsenal's last game in Singapore before their trip to Hong Kong to face Tottenham this week. It started in the best possible way with Odegaard coming out to see the crowd for the very first time in an Arsenal jersey. It's an emotional moment for the Swedish striker. This just showed how committed Odegaard is to being with Arsenal, because just on Saturday he was doing his medical and he could have actually just stayed in London for the lads to go to the Far East and come back for the Emirates Cup. But he was determined to mix with his new teammates and of course see the Singapore fans. And just before kickoff, Odegaard came out wearing the legendary number 14 jersey, and he came and said hi to the fans. It was awesome to see the Odegaard for the first time in Arsenal jersey. This saga is over, and right now our man is here. Regarding the starting next side, Arteta went to the very strong lineup with David Raya in goal, but this time Max Dowman started ahead of Zinchenko, who played against AC Milan. But the rest of the back line retained their positions, Ricardo Calafiori playing alongside William Saliba and Ben White playing on the right. Arteta has spoken about how Gabriel and Timber were still recovering from injury, so we're not going to expect to see them in this match as well. With Gumeli sitting ahead of Morgan in number 6 role. However, Mikel Merino started ahead of Declan Rice as the left 8, while Nwaneri retained his place as the right 8. In attack, it was the same three-prong, with Martinelli and Bukayo Saka flanking Kai Havertz. Newcastle, on the other hand, featured the familiar side with Pope in goal, but it was Alex Murphy who started as a left back ahead of the likes of Lewis Hall and Matt Targett. Dan Burn played alongside Lascelles, and Kieran Trippier was the right back. In midfield, Sandro Tonali played alongside Bruno Guimaraes and former Arsenal player Joe Willock, while the attack was a combination of William Osula leading the line with Anthony Gordon and new signing Elanga playing in the right wing. Newcastle United drew first blood and took the lead when Anthony Elanga scored from his cutback from Sandro Tonali. Tonali actually went in behind Miles Kelly, drilled the ball back into the box, and Elanga's shot wasn't a clean strike, but it was more than enough to get the goal. Arsenal fought back with Mikel Merino lofting a lovely cross to Kai Havertz, who was free, but his header was very poor. The Gunners continued their onslaught, with Ricardo Calafiori bulldozing his way into the box, but his cutback was blocked. Leandro Trossard came for the follow-up, and that was blocked as well. So Arsenal was on the ascendancy, trying to get an equalizer. The pressure continued when Trossard lofted a beautiful ball to Saka that was controlled superbly. Saka brought down on goal with Alex Murphy marking him, but the ball fell kindly to Ben White. However, his first time volley was blasted over the bar. With Arsenal trying to go for an equalizer, there will be some spaces at the back, and Newcastle most really two when Trossard lost the ball further up the pitch, and Osula managed to fashion a chance for Bruno Guimaraes, but his shot was saved by Raya. However, Arsenal got their equalizer in a very brilliant fashion due to some intricate passing play. So Mikel Merino win the ball in midfield, feed it to Trossard, who had the first time pass to Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz flicked the ball to Merino's path, and he placed the ball past Pope with aplomb. It was a beautiful goal. Merino continued to show his attacking instinct, and it was good to see him score. Not long after, Arsenal led the game when an attacking play on the left-hand side saw Kai Havertz drill the ball into the box, but Alex Murphy got an inexplicable own goal in his bid to actually deflect the ball from Bukayo Saka. It was end-to-end stuff from there, and at the stroke of half-time, Arsenal tried a corner routine that didn't work out well, with Newcastle going on for the counter-attack. But Zubimendi was on hand to sight the midfielder down to get a yellow card for the team. And that just brings memories of when Smith Rowe was, had the chance to actually sight Oli Watkins down when Arsenal played against Aston Villa 2 seasons ago. However, he chose to escort him all the way to the goal, and we all know how that panned out. At the beginning of the second half, Arsenal made one change with the captain Martin Ødegaard coming in for Nwaneri. But sadly, the injury got struck again when Calafiori just hit the deck, clutching his hamstring. And it didn't look good because as soon as the physio came around to check on him, within minutes, Jacob Kivior stripped and came into action. Odegaard had a couple of chances to score, but Nick Pope was on hand to make a good save. But eventually, Arsenal actually lost their lead when Jacob Murphy was on mark on the edge of the area and they fired a shot that looked like a deflection, but on second thought, it looked like David Raya was unsighted. It was kind of disappointing to see Raya concede like that. But hey ho, it's a precision friendly and hopefully something like this will not happen when the main league starts. After I went ahead and made some more subs, bringing in Martinelli, bringing in Kepa, bringing in Declan Rice, and of course, the exciting Max Dowman. And Dowman was on fire when he came on, taking a lot of shots, dribbling a lot of players, and eventually Dowman was the difference maker because he made a slalom run into the box and was sighted down by Joel Linton. Odegaard had the penalty. He had already missed one the previous time when we were starting against AC Milan. But this time our captain had nerves of steel and placed the ball past the old John Rudy in goal. This man has signed their Singapore tour with 2 victories over AC Milan and Newcastle. And the club, with Gyökeres of course and Mosquera, will be flying to Hong Kong to take on Tottenham on Thursday. So what did you think about the game against Newcastle? Please leave your thoughts in the comment below, and of course leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell for more Arsenal updates. Come on you Gunners!